This is three tight ends I'm looking to trade for and buy this week, heading into week 8 of the fantasy football season. And the first guy is Jonnu Smith of the Tennessee Titans. We saw him have a bad game last week. He only had 4 targets for 9 yards. And yes, the Titans were throwing the ball a lot, but Jonnu just couldn't get it going. He dropped a tough pass in the end zone. So he only had 2 points last week. But Smith, I think he's going to bounce back. He's a Tannehill favorite target in that offense with A.J. Brown. So Jonnu Smith, his value went down now the last 2 weeks because of the ankle injury in week 7 and now week 8 with the poor performance. But Smith's going to be fine. If the owner's disgruntled or he's looking to trade him, I'm going out there and buying Jonnu Smith. He's still a top 5 tight end so far this season, in my opinion. So Jonnu Smith, go and get him. The second guy I'm going to look to try and trade for this week at the tight end position is Hunter Henry. Last week he got shooken up a little, but this guy, he's been putting up decent numbers most of the season, 10 to 15 points usually. Last week he only had 530, but he's still getting the targets. He had 7 targets. He's getting 8 or 9 a game. It seems like Justin Herbert likes airing the ball out. The Chargers, they've been trailing a lot in games because their defense haven't stopped anybody. So Hunter Henry, he's a mismatch on most linebackers. So if he's out there on a trade block and you need a tight end badly, Hunter Henry, he's a guy you can rely on. As long as he's healthy, he's going to put up top 8 fantasy numbers at the tight end position. So right there, I'm going to look and try to trade for Hunter Henry this week. He's got Denver, a team that really can't stop nobody this season. So he's got Denver and Vegas coming up, 2 good matchups. So Hunter Henry is definitely a tight end I would try to trade for this week. And the third guy heading into week 8 that I'm going to try to trade for is Noah Fant. We saw him come back banged up a little from injury the other night versus Kansas City, but it was wet, snowy, and slippery out there. So Fant, he didn't get it going, but the targets were still there for Fant, which is encouraging. Maybe an owner is giving up on him already after looking bad and injured, but he still had 7 targets in a blowout game where Denver just couldn't move the ball. This week, the conditions should be better, hopefully, even though Denver's at home again versus the Chargers. And the Chargers D, like I just said with the Hunter Henry thing that they got to throw, isn't that good. So this game could be possibly a mini shootout between the Chargers and Denver. So I'm going to go and try to get Noah Fant out there. Maybe you just give up something small on your bench or a bench tight end in him. So this is the week to go get Noah Fant. So that's 3 tight ends I'm looking to trade for going into week 8 of the fantasy football season.